Welcome to the epic speed test comparison between the iPhone 17 Pro Max versus the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The best of Apple takes on the best of Samsung. We're gonna do everything from apps opening to gaming to RAM management to video rendering, even image processing, pretty much everything that we can do on these phones. Let's see who is the ultimate king. As usual, we're gonna start this test off by booting both phones up at the same time, the classic boot up test. So iPhone 17 Pro Max on the left, Galaxy S25 Ultra on the right. Here we go at the same time. 3, 2, 1, boom. Apple versus Samsung. Best of Apple against best of Samsung in 2025. iOS 26, A19 Pro on the iPhone 17 Pro Max, Snapdragon 8 Elite plus One UI 8 on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Wow, so that was about the same on both phones, so we'll call it a draw. We're definitely off to a great start because I don't remember the last time we had a draw in the boot up test, but let's check out the actual performance here. Let's first fire up the engine with Geekbench 6 benchmark on both of these two devices and see what kind of numbers are we gonna get with the A19 Pro against the Snapdragon 8 Elite. Let's start a quick benchmark here at the same time. So both phones are done with their benchmark score. iPhone was quicker there, but if you look at the benchmark scores, the multi-core score is very similar on both devices, but the iPhone 17 Pro Max is in a whole different league when it comes to the single core score, nearly 4,000 versus 2,984 on the S25 Ultra. Again, both phones are on their latest software update, so One UI 8 for the Galaxy S25 Ultra. And while I was unboxing the iPhone 17 Pro Max, I got a software update, so it's got all the latest updates installed as well. Now let's go ahead and run a quick GPU benchmark test as well, just to see how powerful the GPU is inside these devices. And once again, the iPhone 17 Pro Max finished the benchmark score faster at 34,842. And now the S25 Ultra is finally done as well, and look at that score difference. We've got 16,238 on the S25 Ultra. Again, these are on the latest software version, so I'm sure there will be some differences across the board on previous versions. But let's see how well these numbers translate into real life performance as we open a bunch of different apps and games. Before we begin, we need to talk about Ugreen MagFlow Magnetic Power Bank. This is the first portable power bank that I've tested with full Qi2 25-watt wireless charging. It can fast charge the latest iPhone 17 Pro Max from 0 to 50% in just 38 minutes, which is insane for a wireless charger. The magnetic hold on the back is rock solid even when you're texting or gaming while charging. The LED screen gives you the exact remaining battery in real time, so no more guessing. Plus, you get 30-watt two-way fast charging with a braided USB-C cable built right in that, which doubles as a carry strap, meaning you can use the power bank itself or another device at full speed. You can charge up to 3 devices at once between the two ports and the wireless pad. All of this is packed into a slim 10,000 mAh flight-friendly design that gets the latest iPhones about 2 full charges, perfect for travel and everyday carry. Now for your home or desk setup, the Ugreen Qi2 magnetic wireless charger is perfect. It delivers the same ultra-fast 25-watt Qi2 wireless charging, which can get the iPhone 17 Pro Max or 16 Pro Max from 0 to 50% in just about 30 minutes. And it goes even further with multiple devices supported, where you can charge your iPhone, AirPods, and even your Apple Watch all at the same time. It's got an amazing compact design that can be rotated horizontally or vertically with strong magnetic spores that even trigger Apple standby mode instantly. So don't miss out. Click the special links in the description below and grab the best wireless charging setup for your iPhone. Alrighty, let's begin with the apps opening. As always, we're gonna kick things off with the system-based apps first, just to see the animation. So starting with phone dialer, looking really good and fluid on both phones, but I can definitely see that Samsung's animations are slower while the iPhone is really quick with the way it's opening the apps. Let's try one more system-based app. We have settings. Pretty fast on both devices. Let's exit at the same time. Now let's move on to some third-party app action. So starting off with Quora. That is, I believe, a little bit quicker on the iPhone. Again, very fast performance. Let's do a quick scroll. In-app performance is also looking very, very smooth on both phones. Next up, we have YouTube. That's definitely faster on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Let's fire up this YouTube short. That was pretty fast on both devices, exiting at the same time. Next, we have CoinMarketCap. That is definitely faster on the iPhone 17 Pro Max, looking pretty smooth on both phones. Next, we're jumping into Spotify. That is a little bit quicker on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Moving on to Twitter. Faster on the iPhone, or actually faster on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, just a little bit. Both have different feed. We're gonna do a quick scroll. There was a bit of a lag in the beginning on the iPhone. Maybe it was just loading everything. It is really smooth on both phones once everything is loaded. Jumping into TikTok. Both have different feed, but definitely Galaxy S25 Ultra faster there. In-app performance is looking really good on both phones. Let's check out my profile. That was loaded on both phones brilliantly at the same time. Definitely do follow me on TikTok, ZTechCare0. Just gonna jump out. Next on the list, we have Grok AI on both phones. So here we go. That was about the same. We're gonna give this a similar command and see the in-app performance launching at the same time. Boom. Now, of course, it is using the internet for this, but the point of doing this is because we have a lot of apps open in the background. We're gonna be doing the RAM management at the end. So this is just adding up to that. These are the stuff that you do on your phone. So we're gonna exit at the same time. Honestly, this is the most optimized Samsung has ever been up against Apple, and you can see it's literally neck and neck. And you have to remember, Galaxy S25 Ultra came out like in January, so it's been about 9 months to give this the best performance, and we can definitely see that up against the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Next, we have Instagram. That is about the same, roughly about the same on both phones. Again, you guys are the judge here. It was very close. Let's do a quick scroll test. Looking pretty smooth on both phones. I do like how on Samsung we can scroll quite a bit more with just one swipe, while here it's a bit slow. Although it is very smooth on both devices, so no difference there. My profile definitely loaded up faster on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now let's go ahead and see which one loads the Insta camera first at the same time. So 3, 2, 1, boom. Definitely faster on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. One more time. Again. We can do this all day. But the iPhone 17 Pro Max is clearly faster there with the Insta camera opening. Now let's fire up some games. So we're gonna start things off with Subway Surfers on both phones at the same time. Here we go. This should be pretty interesting. And wow, so we can definitely see that GPU score difference here. And obviously a little bit of CPU score as well with the single core. Loaded up way faster compared to Snapdragon 8 Elite. Let's leave this here. We're gonna jump into another game, that is Asphalt 9 on both phones, or Asphalt Legends. And once again, it seems like the iPhone 17 Pro Max is pulling through. No, Galaxy S25 Ultra is faster here. So, okay, Snapdragon 8 Elite is clapping back. But let's see if it can keep its lead when we do the in-app loading time. So we have the highest settings turned on both phones, but it seems like on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, we have 120 frames per second option, which is absent on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I guess this is the matter of developer optimization. So let's fire up this similar stage on both phones. 3, 2, 1, go. And let's see. So I think that is a draw. Yep, that is pretty spot on both phones at the same time. No difference there. But obviously Samsung is pushing this on a different level. So we've got 120 FPS, 120 frames per second on the Galaxy S25 Ultra versus 60 on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. You know, normally we have like these extra features on iOS, but like we've got this on Samsung or Android turning around a little bit. But I do think it's just that these phones are just so new. I believe there will be an update very soon, but the in-app gaming performance is looking very good on both devices. Next up, we're jumping into Beach Buggy Racing 2 on both phones. And I think that is faster on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, just a little bit. I mean iPhone 17 Pro Max, start off a similar stage on both phones. So play. And as you can see, the in-app gaming performance is pretty spot on, neck and neck on both phones. Let's start off with the iPhone 17 Pro Max first. You can see looking really good. Same thing with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Next up, we have PUBG Mobile on both phones. Let's see which one wins this one. And feels like iPhone 17 Pro Max easily pulling ahead. It is done, while Galaxy S25 Ultra took a little bit of time there. Okay, let's do a quick run here on the S25 Ultra, looking pretty smooth. Same thing with the iPhone. We are running this on the max settings on both phones, by the way, so they're doing a fantastic job. Really smooth performance. So far, so good. Starting things off with the iPhone 17 Pro Max on the ground performance, looking very smooth, great detail and everything. Same thing with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. These are the latest and the greatest devices, so they should be able to run pretty much any game out there. Although you do have better selection of games on the iPhone, especially some of the Capcom titles and Resident Evil and Assassin's Creed games. With all the Android games, this is looking pretty good on both devices. Now, before we do the video rendering, we're going to do a quick image processing test on both phones. For that, I'm going to open the camera app at the same time. Here we go. Definitely faster on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Let's see which one takes the high resolution photo faster on both phones. So we've got the 48 megapixel mode select on the iPhone, 50 on the S25 Ultra. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1, boom. That is definitely faster on the iPhone because Samsung is still loading and now it is done. So it was quicker on the iPhone. We're going to try this out one more time. iPhone is done while Samsung takes some few seconds in the background to finish this up. Obviously, it will take more time if you switch to the 200 megapixel mode, but we're not going to do that because iPhone can only do up to 50. So now time for some video rendering action. So starting with Adobe Rush on both phones. And let's load up a similar video that I shot on the Sony a7S III. So let's create that project at the same time. Definitely faster on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Let's see the timeline performance looking really good. This is an 8-minute clip, so we're gonna apply the same color grading effect. So just gonna go with this one. Then we're gonna jump into rendering. So we'll be exporting at 1080p because I don't have the premium account. So let's start in 3, 2, 1, boom. Let's see which phone is going to be faster with the rendering of this 8-minute long video from 4K Sony a7S III, processing that in 1080p rendering. And you can see iPhone 17 Pro Max clearly pulling ahead as it is rendering. So iPhone is past 53%, S25 Ultra is barely at 27%, so we're moving 2x more rendering speed here on the iPhone 17 Pro Max, almost at 100%, while S25 Ultra is not even at 50%. So from my estimate, it is definitely about 2.2x time faster than the S25 Ultra when it comes to the rendering speeds. And the Galaxy S25 Ultra is done as well, taking quite a bit more time. It is finally finished. Once again, iPhone remains the king of the video rendering. Next, we're gonna do a quick browsing test here before jumping into RAM management. So starting with phonearena.com on both phones. That was really quick on both devices. Let's see the in-app performance. Very smooth. Zooming in and out. We've got one more website, wbe.com at the same time. And that is a little bit faster on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Smooth on both phones. No difference there. Now let's go ahead and do the RAM management. We opened so many apps. Let's see if the apps are still there on the memory or not. We've got 8 gigs of RAM on the iPhone 17 Pro Max versus 12 gigs of RAM on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. So we started off the test with Geekbench. Let's see if that is opened in the background or not. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. So here we go. And that is still there on both phones, which is pretty good. But let's see if all the other apps are there in the memory or not. Scrolling back, phone dialer, still there. Settings, Quora. Really impressive RAM management on both phones. So far, so good. Jumping into YouTube. That's still there on the same chart we left at. CoinMarketCap, still there. Spotify, Twitter, TikTok. That was definitely a refresh on the iPhone because Samsung kept it on the same page that we left at, which was my profile. So Samsung is 1-0 with the RAM management. So jumping into Grok, that is still there. Instagram, still there. Subway Surfers. Okay, so that is refresh on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Surprising development. Samsung is still keeping that in the memory. Asphalt 9, that is also refreshed. No, actually, this is an in-app refresh. We know Asphalt 9, this game does that every single time, even if you look at the previous test. But let's see the other apps that we still have in the memory, which is Beach Buggy Racing 2. That is still there on the S25 Ultra while it's refreshed on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So the lead for Samsung is currently 3-0 in RAM management. Again, these are just too many apps. Normally, you may not open these many apps, but okay, so we now have the first refresh on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The iPhone is still clearly keeping this game in the memory. Okay, kind of a random development. So I would say the RAM management score is now 3-1. We're finally back to the Adobe Rush, still there on both phones. And lastly, we are back to the browsers and they are still there. So that concludes our speed test comparison for the iPhone 17 Pro Max versus the Galaxy S25 Ultra. I have to say animations and just general performance really spot on both phones. You can also play any games as well, but obviously Apple did have a little bit of edge when it comes to the video rendering. That's where the GPU really gets pushed. Overall performance is pretty close. I have to say props to Galaxy S25 Ultra for keeping the performance still really good compared to the iPhone 17 Pro Max even after 9 months of old hardware, which is Snapdragon 8 Elite. The 8 Gen 5 will get announced pretty soon, which is the direct competitor to the A19 Pro. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Stay tuned for the next major part of the comparison, just as important as the performance, which is the power efficiency, and that is the battery drain test coming next up. So subscribe, turn those notifications on. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. With that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.